following on the channel has been really about credit cards, and there's this crazy infatuation with credit cards. People love them, particularly the Centurion card, because it's so hard to get. It's exclusive. It's almost exclusive, say, like your car club. And it kind of goes along with that level of Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and Bugattis, and all these cars. So I'm going to ask you a question. You're going to quickly answer that one. How did you get the Centurion card? And it's a funny one because I'm patting myself on the back.
Yeah, so it's because of you. But let's restart how we met. So, I'm a big fan of American Express. I hope, and we will, it's a vision board for myself that one day American Express will sponsor Fastlane, because I think if people don't have an American Express, they're doing a mistake with all the benefit we have, all the advantages, also sometimes the statue. And, American Express is a really amazing company. Every time I have an issue, I call them, they help us. So, I was a big spender on American Express through my companies. I have a few through my personal. And I really wanted the Centurion, the black Amex. It's a goal since I'm a little kid. And I started to follow your podcast, your video. I really loved it. And I DM you. I'm like, hey, can you help me? Can you give me some tips? Same minute you answered. It didn't wait too long. And we started to talk. We had the phone call. You helped me with the process. You told me what I should do better, what I should not do. And right away, pretty much we started the process with Centurion. I qualified because I had enough American Express. I was referring a lot of members and friends to American Express. I also had a different type of American Express. What is really important is just not one card. A lot of people think, I have one Amex, so I deserve it. No, it's actually a lot of different steps. And after when we reviewed with American Express, they approved me. The only issue when they approved me, you remember, they approved my business and not my personal. So I was like, oh no. So I had this moment of joy. I was so happy when I got the call. And finally, I explained them the situation that I wanted for personal. I think is way more valuable than a business. And took 1 more week, and I got the call again, and they're like, okay, we approve you this time. So you have to do again an interview with American Express to get it. And now it's been almost 2 years with Centurion. So
and just to add to that, Clem reached out to me, and a lot of people reach out to me because of that video, surprisingly. So everyone wants to have it. Not everyone qualifies. Obviously, you were very well qualified for it. But you reached out, and I looked at your profile. So this is an interesting guy. This is someone that I would like to have as a friend, or someone that I want to be acquainted with. He seems to bring good people around him. I recommended it. We went through the process. I had at the time and still do, a very good relationship with my account manager. And I said, hey, I think we have a really good candidate, and I'm glad you got it. And, guys, I don't know how many podcasts there are where 2 Centurion members are talking about the Centurion card. But, it's an exclusive club, and it's a great club that you're part of as well. So let's get into some more of that. What are your most benefits? Because people have seen videos of people putting out, this is what the Centurion card offers, including myself. And a lot of the people on YouTube don't even have it. So I kind of gave that first person perspective. But what are some of your favorite benefits about the Centurion card? So
I think it's being a preferred member from American Express. That helps a lot at the generality, the real small perks. People think it's amazing, it's going to change your life. It's not. Well, it's good. I have a direct line to American Express. I can, if I have an issue with my account, if I have something happening right away, they're going to resolve it. For example, I brought my computer screen during my trip to France. A pine cone fell on the computer screen. Didn't have warranty on my computer when I bought it. I call Amex the same minute. They help me, Wow. So it's something you are a preferred member. When you call them, they know your names, they know where you live, they know everything. So you develop this relationship that I think helps. After, of course, you have some perks that are really good. For example, I buy a lot of clothes from Saks Fifth Avenue. I get $250 credit. So it's something that is really incredible. I also travel a lot now for Fastlane. Every weekend I'm gone. So my number one priority in my life always been health. So now I have also Equinox everywhere in the world. So when I'm in LA, I can go. When I'm in Miami, I can go. I don't pay for that. It's pretty funny because
it's a worldwide membership.
And I don't have an Equinox in San Diego, but I'm a worldwide. So he helps a lot. Also at Equinox, they treat you better when you arrive. For also all the advantages on the miles, on the other perks, You have it with other card. You know, I have a gold, I have a platinum, I think I was calculating 10 American Express today. So all the perks, sometimes you have better perks on the other cards. And we can talk a little about that. But for example, if I buy a high-end items, sometimes it's going to be better to buy it with a platinum because you're going to get 1.5 miles. Yep. If I buy it with a business, I was giving myself a refund before with a black one. And the problem about it, with a gold, I get 4 miles.
I know, it's crazy.
So you are like, I think the whole system with the Centurion is amazing. The wow factor is something really important. I think it's a club inside Fastlane of who has a Centurion. And actually, we have a lot of members with Centurion, so it's really hilarious. But I think for the perk, sometime for the miles, they could do a little more for the Centurion holder. I know when you get an airplane, you're getting 25% of your miles back. But if you look at it, for me, my whole system with miles works better with Air France because I get 1.25 a point when I transfer to Flying Blue. Yep. So pretty much I fly for free now. I have my whole system and we can go that with Air France. Yeah. I know this is your main business and we look sometimes, but my whole system with Air France, when I went to the opening of Fastlane Monaco, my plane ticket, one trip cost me $350 and
for the taxes and fees,
and a 110,000 miles total round trip.
Wow!
So it's a $2,000 plane, not even like $1,500 plane round trip to be in business. So it's just incredible.
Which is by the way, Air France is a great business class. It's not like a United business class or or something domestic.
And if you are lucky, it happened to me a lot of time. Is if you the day before you can upgrade yourself to first. So it's going to be another like 100,000 miles, 150,000 miles. But the first Air France is one of the best in the world. So all these perks help a lot and how you build it. So
that's awesome. So I will add to that. Yeah, it's really weird. The highest credit card that they offer, which is a $10,000 one-time initiation fee now, it might go up again, and it always does, right? And then a $5,000 annual fee actually sometimes does not offer the best reward points for your spend. So it's kind of ridiculous. And maybe there's a reason or some math behind it that we both don't know. But sometimes I do have that same issue, which sounds like, of course, a first world problem where do I pay with the black card or do I pay with the gold card or the platinum? And you have to know what programs are going to pay out more. That's what you should pay with.
And it's a really good point. Yeah. So about 6 months ago, I started to look at specialized websites that help you to calculate your miles, the best reward with everything. And I put that, I think, on the Point Guy's website. And I realized that I was like far off on everything with a Centurion. For example, groceries, I should be on an everyday card. Yep. Like all my ads I was paying with my Centurion. And I spend with Fastlane, we spend about $20,000 to $25,000 a month on ads. And I was like, okay, I'm doing a huge mistake here. So I transfer actually all Fastlane into the ads management to a gold card, and that is 10 times more benefit. So now I can go back to Europe for free every time with all those miles.
It's so funny and awesome. And you're absolutely right. Once you study it, you get more out of it.
Yeah.
Because and what's interesting is they don't tell you about it. You know, it's not like I personally have an experience, but I have asked them in the past at Centurion, and I said, which card should I be using for what? And they give you kind of a generalized answer, but not that in-depth answer if you do your own research as, hey, you probably don't want to use the Centurion to buy this, or this. For me, with the Centurion card, it's I think people take you seriously. So you own Rolex. Yeah. It's a nice Rolex piece. I've seen you with other watches. But when you present that Centurion card, they take you a little more seriously. Would you say that's accurate?
Yes, and it's actually a really good point on a lot of other things. So people think, oh, you have a black card, it's going to open your door and everything. People don't really react as much as you think they are. When you go to pay for a restaurant, at a bar and everything, people don't really realize because the reality is the majority of people don't really know. It's like, yes, you have this idea, but they are not like, oh, wow, he has one. I have a couple stories. For example, we went to a restaurant that I go all the time. That day, the server was in a really, really bad mood. I'm really nice to server because I used to be one, so I understand the difficulty of that job. I'm extra nice to them. They were in a bad mood, whatever. I give my Centurion card to pay right away. The whole energy change. Oh, wow, I'm going to get a big tips today. Yeah. So you saw that. The club inside Fastlane, for example, last time I was paying something, someone saw it, say, "Oh, how did you get that?" You know, so higher end people know about it and they know how it is. But it's like when you have it, it's more self-confidence and that helping you. However, I saw when you're getting a loan now, when I'm getting a loan for a car or getting a loan for a house or whatever, I see that I'm approved way easier since a year and a half.
Really?
And I was wondering, you know, the people who are looking at your credit and doing the underwriting, they probably look at all your credit card and they see that you have a Centurion on your report.
You know, so I'm not too sure. I don't want to comment on it,
No.
but I will say Amex is a harder credit card to get approved for. And I don't know if it distinctly distinguishes whether Centurion's on your credit or not. But what I love about Amex is, you know, I've been an Amex member for over 15 years, maybe even longer, since I was very young. And I have someone coming on the podcast, actually, my brother-in-law. He just got a platinum at 18 years old, which is incredible, right? Yeah. But I've been a member for a long time. And what I noticed is on your credit, if you also get like an Amex Blue card at these zero annual fee cards, your credit history quadruples or triples or how many cards you open up. They'll take your longest credit card that you've had and they'll multiply that credit history for some reason. Correct. And they'll say member since this time. Having a Centurion card is definitely beneficial when I do any meetings or I tell people I'm a Centurion member. The people that know, like you said, they go, wow. The people at restaurants, now you've been a member for 2 years. I've been a member for like 10 or more years. So for me, I used to get a bigger kick out of it back then because there was no heavy credit cards.
Yeah.
Okay. So